Well, salutations, everybody. What's a crack-a-lackin'? It's a pleasure to be back here with all of you once again for another day and another bit of fun of Football Manager 26. After a fantastic weekend for Manchester United, I get to enjoy my own torture or treasure, depending on how all ends up going. For now, I end up going into the beginning of one of the Champions League positions that we have. The Craic's Manchester United versus the mighty Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid. And we get to see what ends up happening as that continues to go on. So can I have the luck that Michael Carrick had in his first game? Only time will tell, and hopefully all of you will end up bringing some good luck to me as well. So, my friends, how is your start of the week going? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going great? In terms of this contest, we're going to be a little bit different than how we normally end up, how we've been experimenting. We've been trying this formation here, and it does work fairly well, but I've won most of my games with this back three, and we don't have proper fallbacks in order to use it. So for now, we're going to stick with this and see how it goes, and depending on how this continues on, we'll see how things end up going afterwards. But for now, we get to go in. Victor Rook has been out injured for a bit. It's the only player on our pitch that's properly not marked sharp. We're going to give Willie Kumbala his go as well. And we have a couple of good people on the bench that potentially be able to give us some satisfaction. So, let's hope that all ends up going well as we go in to the first round match versus the mighty Real Madrid in Old Trafford. Now, we need to hope that we get a good result out of this. Mainly because, as has been commonly said to me in this game, the return fixture is always harder. And I have seen this game show up and become prime kings, become Barcelona-esque. I know I'm talking about Real Madrid and saying Barcelona, but becoming kings of the world when this has ended up happening. Now, in our particular case, maybe it's a benefit that Vinny Jr. is being their striker. And a bit surprising that they don't have Mbappe on the pitch at all. But they have a crackerjacked bench. They're bringing in Nicolas Ake, formerly of City, and Valverde. Quentin Timber they end up having as well. So they have power. Now, I would personally put Avaro on instead of Ake, but still, we are on table and provably too, but we'll see the weaker of the two teams in terms of this particular day. Now, they're going with a traditional formation, so we'll see if we can get anything out of it. But let's see how things end up going and hope that all ends up working out well for us. Let's see if we can get an extra little bit out of the rest of them. Two of them happy, so that's good. And we'll see how things ends up going. We're just going to be positive. And here in the might of Old Trafford, we're going to see if we can crack out a victory against Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso's still with them, unlike in the actual IRL where he's been sacked, which I think will ultimately prove to be a mistake for Real Madrid. But it's interesting to see who they're going to end up signing as their actual manager. I don't know for Real Madrid at the moment what's the best bet. Myself, if you could convince him, even though he wants to be the French manager, I'd probably go for Zinedine Zidane. I know there's rumours that Lopez was considering Jose Mourinho, and to be honest, I wouldn't. It's not the worst option in the world for Real Madrid to go back for him. Now, when you start off the game having the kickoff and immediately giving the ball to the opposition, you know things are going to be antsy. Ilya to Delict. Willie. Good work. Good work. In we go. Ahmad back. Stellar. Ahmad. Let's go. Oh, well, that's the way you want to start a game. Matty, my friend, you have come in and your good graces has led us to the first goal of the night versus the mighty Real Madrid. Courtois could not stop the excellence of a Šeško header being deflected into a header by Bruno Fernandes. How are things with you, my friend? Did your fed-upness of Manchester United get you to watch the game this weekend? Or have you experienced the joys of watching Michael Carrick's Manchester United completely destroy Man City? And hear me be a negative Nelly about it. Because here's the funny thing about that performance this weekend. Nice to see it, and it is a fairly good performance, but that's the type of performance you get away with versus the likes of Man City, versus the likes of Arsenal, versus the likes of Liverpool, teams that do, high presses. And to be fair, we probably would have played like that with Amorim as well, because he always played good against the high block. And we've seen with Brighton, we even seen with Arsenal, even though he didn't get the win on that one. We've seen with Liverpool. So I actually don't think City is a prime example. I think no matter what happens on Arsenal, everyone will turn around and say that it's a fluke. So Carrick's first actual... Never mind. I can only be happy with that. I can only be happy with that. A goalkeeping mistake that wasn't my goalkeeper. It's rare that it happens, but I'm ecstatic that it did. But in my opinion, Carrick's first proper challenge is Fulham, a team that does a low block. Then we'll know how United are standing when we end up having a goal versus a low block. Things are good. And no, I didn't watch the game. The game I didn't... things are good, and no, I didn't watch, of course. The game I don't watch is the game they play out of their mind. To be frank, you are right. It's probably because it's a big team, and also because I don't think it's a new manager bounce. Here's the thing. I turned around on stream here, and I said I wasn't worried about City. I was only worried about City if Guehi had come in time. Now, thankfully, that deal wasn't done in time. It would have made a colossal difference if Mark Guehi was in that team, because it was fascinating how rudimental and bad that defense was. Like Nico Williams, you'd swear, or Nico O'Reilly, not Williams, Nico O'Reilly, you'd swear the man had never gone up against an attack in his life. I know he's young and needs to get into position, but you'd swear it was his first time on a football pitch. The big thing to be discussed about, and we knew this was coming, the big thing to discuss about isn't the fact that the strikers played well, isn't the fact that Mount almost got a goal the minute that he came onto the pitch, isn't the fact that Cunha almost got 2 assists. The thing to be discussed about is Lisandro Martinez playing like a goddamn king. Lisandro Martinez pocketed Haaland, Foden and Doku, and Maguire showed a level of security that experience ends up getting you. I like Adrian Heaven and I like Lenny Yoro, but we need a replacement for Maguire. We need an experienced option there. I would be looking for a 29-year-old now, 28, 29-year-old that we can bring in, turn around and says, you're nothing but a substitute option. And I would be putting them in for that moment when you need solidity beside Lisandro. Or keep Maguire for another year or two and hope that Lenny Yoro and Heaven are ready. That's the only potential concern that we have with that defence. Otherwise, I think it's perfect. But I've always thought that for a while. They had a very young line as well. I saw they started with that wasn't good other than Ake. Yes, it was. And to be fair, Donnarumma played like a goddamn king. And I've always loved Martinez since he joined our club. I just think he's been bonkersly unlucky with injuries. But I will say it's absolutely hilarious watching Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes continue to be the most petty, childish bastards in the world for refusing to turn around and says that we're wrong about him. Like their reactions to him is bloody hilarious. Like Paul Scholes they've done their podcast again today or yesterday, and literally turned around and says, "I sent him my number and I've heard no words." A, I don't believe you sent him his number, and B, yes, he'd end up. Like, what do you want him to do? You should show up to the bloody grounds yourself. Like, then fucking Nicky Butt turn around and says, "I'm 50." Even if he showed up, he wouldn't be able to do anything to me. But hey. Yeah, with our ex-player, I don't care about my ex-players anymore. They're numb in the head. To be fair, the only one I ever really listened to was Roy Keane, because although you can tell he's a wee bit bitter about United, he looked at United with objectivity. Everything he said about United is a 100% factual statement, maybe a wee bit too harsh in certain cases. But like even he turned around and he says, although Amram probably wouldn't have proved to have been good enough, he shouldn't have been sacked for what was happening. So like he's called out that. So he's called out the Glazers. So like, you know. Okay. We should be solid enough for those two changes to work. And Sesko is tired now. So we'll go with Evan Ferguson as well. But all in all, my friend, how did your weekend end up going? Did you get up to anything exciting? Was it a good, grand, and delicious weekend? I hope it was. He's the only one that would call the Glazers out. The others don't have the cojones. I don't think it's that they have the cojones. I think it's just because they want. I think it's because they were paid by Manchester United and genuinely love Manchester United, and in certain cases they're going to be around there anyway, and you can't piss off the people you're going to be around. Like Rio Ferdinand will do commentary and shit like that. Gary Neville does commentary. They're going to be in and around the grounds. You can't really piss off the people that are in and around the grounds. Roy Keane is too, but Roy Keane's mainly in a box away from it with Sky, so he doesn't really care. I think it's more that way, but yeah. But hey, ultimately it doesn't matter anyway. Senior Duck, what is a crack-a-lackin'? It is a pleasure to have you in, my friend. That is an insane number of chats. But to be fair, I'm not surprised, for you are one of the most entertaining and sociable people that I've ever ended up meeting, and it's a pleasure to always have you in. So I suppose with that being said, what is a crack-a-lackin', my friend? Is it all going good? Has your weekend been grand? I've just been discussing here with Matty about how my Manchester United is just as good as Michael Carrick's Manchester United, because we're 3-0 up versus Real Madrid in the Champions League. What a header, by the way, by Ferguson. No, it's still there. It's still there, Duck. Do the mega Discord check-in. And then it should end up working. And then I'm going to set it up that every time you come in, you don't have to do it. It'll do it automatically. I don't have the automatic bit to set up yet. But if you do the mega Discord check-in and just put down 0, I'll then put it down that, yeah. Yeah, so now I'm going to, I haven't done this yet, but in the back end, I'm going to code it so that announcement and update will happen when you do your first message instead of you having to check in. And it helps for when I set up, because the more people I end up getting in, I'm going to set up a shout out in the Discord to thank people for coming in. And I've been in a couple of other Discord communities and want to do the same. So, you know, that's the point of that. My weekend was good. Played a little bit of FM with the new save. I think we started 2 wins and a draw and a loss. One of those wins was against Sampdoria, which is a big win. Well, happy out to that. What type of tactic are you using? Have you gotten anyone interesting in that you otherwise mightn't have been able to do? I realize those type of regions, the finances are a bit low down. I was watching a bit of Senior Benny's saves, and you know, that's awesome. Another of a prominent streamer I'm in has something called Ducky Sentences. That brings up my funny quotes. Well, if you want me to add something like that, Senior Duck, add a couple of them there, and I'll work on the code in the background to add a couple of to randomly end up putting up a few of them. I'll look into putting that code in if you want to. Like, that's one of the things you can end up adding into the stream improvements or stuff like that. I'm happy to end up doing that type of stuff if you can think of it. Like, Benny ends up adding commands like that as well. Like, I know you can go add and then command there, or command. I don't know how to do it. There is a Twitch thing that allows you to just add in commands. Benny has used it before. I've seen him do it. But I can add that type of crap later on. 3-4-3 formation. I am just using the armor and tactic I use for my United save. Brought in a lot of free players hoping to stay in Serie B. But happy out. As you see with my one, it sometimes works well. This formation doesn't work well against a human player that knows what's going on. A human player can slice through it because it's defensively a wee bit weak. But when it works, it works. They wanted me to send them my file that shows all my chat, but it includes personal information like IP address. Yeah, I don't blame that. So I'm going to go through them and them all slowly for about an hour and send it that way. Plus, I don't want someone else to see everything I said on here. Yeah. You don't want them to. You don't want them to know about our saucy love affair in your whispers, Duck. Like. Our saucy love affair can't be known to the people. Like, we can let them think. We can let them think, but we can't let them know, you know? People need to have a bit to the imagination. I'm just having problems with what you said the other day, where players are just walking through my defense. I might have to mess around with it. So, the big thing with the tree formation, and someone was talking to me about it. What tends to end up happening is when you're out of possession. Now, I'm a stubborn dick. Keep this in mind. When you're out of possession, and typically your thing would be something akin to. I really don't want to change this, but typically you've moved them back down to here. So you'd have Dogu there, you'd have Ahmad there. What ends up happening is they're not down. But one of the things to solve that, Matty, that Senior Stewart told me about is this: change this to mark position. And have whoever is there, and obviously you need to go and look at their formation beforehand. Have whoever's on the left-hand side mark whoever's on the right-hand side, and have whoever's on the right-hand side mark whoever's on the left-hand side. And by doing that, it will leave more crossing work between the table, which will leave significantly less space. You should do it with wingers as well if you're using wingers. So, like in this formation, you should do it with your wingers to mark your actual wingers as well. But yeah, that's a way to end up getting around that if you wanted to. Pat, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? It is a pleasure to have you in. How is life treating you? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? It has been some time since I've been able to say hello to you. I wish the times Sada has turned around a wee bit better, where I could end up giving you more views of your stream. For anyone that hasn't and can do, go and give Pat a follow. A genuine savant, gas bit of crack. Has played a bit of FM, has played a bit of F1. Fantastic streamer in of himself. Always up for a good time, always up for a good chat. Highly, highly, highly recommend them. Do give them a follow if you can do. But my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin' with you? Is that just the year in general, or was that the last stream? um, absolutely no, but don't thanks at all. I'm happy to do it, my friend. Happy to do it. Um, yeah. But yeah, no. I hope that the start of the year hasn't been too bad for you, my friend, and that all is going good. I've been back at the gym myself, so I'm starting to get back. I'm roughly back, in terms of overall power where I was before, but unfortunately, I'm still a little weak in the hand. So like, I'm currently in the gym doing 90 kg bench presses for 8, where I was at one particular point doing 105 for 2. Like, based on the fact that I'm able to do 90 for 8, it means I probably could do the 105 for 2, but the palm is still a wee bit too soft to do specifically that. So we're trying to build up the strength that way as opposed to the other ways, which works fairly good. But yeah, so we're just continuing at it and hope that all ends up coming well. And then there's other stuff as well. One of my big things now is to actually get better at the running. So I have to go at the end of a stairs and start doing, that with my heels, in order to gain strength in my calves. So I have to start doing that now as well. I'm currently on my left knee, landed awkward. Oh, absolutely nothing worse than when that ends up happening. Like, in my particular case, it's literally just the recovery of this fucking thing. But, it's annoying but sound all the same. And, it's a sprain. Hey, at least it wasn't a tear. The only problems with sprains is if you're not careful with them, because they're sprains and you feel like you want to get back to stuff really, really quickly, you have a chance of continually getting that injury. So you have to be careful and make sure that it heals right. Otherwise, it'll become a recurring injury. So they're playing the same formation that Real Madrid did, which means in theory we should be okay continuing with this. Now, with that being said, we do have Madrid again. I don't think you go any lighter in this game. I think you go strong. I think you just ignore it and go strong. Maybe slight changes, but very little. Yeah, they said I need to strengthen some muscles around my knee. Yeah, but that's the case whenever you're coming back from anything like that. It's unfortunate, but it is something that always needs to be done. You need to look after it carefully and ensure that everything is being done grand. You instead of Mount. Ahmad was quite tired at the end of the last game, even though he performed good. No, we'll go with this. So I'm not going to change anything other than this, and we'll see how it goes. White noise, my friend. What's a crack-a-lackin' with you? I hope it's all going good. So, do you go to the gym much, Pat, or is this just because obviously all of those type of muscle strengthenings can be done at home as well. Like that, what I was mentioning there, literally just doing that on a stairs is fucking awesome for your legs as well. Oh, okay. Which position is missing? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 needs to be changed. And I am actually going to make one other change. No, I'm not. Screw it. We'll put him on at halftime or when we need to, if we need to. Anyway, let's... what? We took him out. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So, in we go now versus City. Let's hope this ends up going well. It should do, based on the performances we just had versus Real Madrid. But you know how United tends to be. They can fail and rise as they come. I am waiting for my resistance bands to come this weekend, then might start working on them. Not too bad. Resistance band training is an awesome way to end up building up the muscles there as well. There's a lot of stuff you can end up doing with them. But like, one of the actual best things you can do for those type of things is just generalize yoga exercises as well. Do plenty of that type of stuff. But yeah, I'm still trying to build up the whole lot as well, and slowly but surely. It's insanely annoying when you had the power beforehand and your body is ready for it, and it just doesn't work the way that you want it to. I don't go to gyms. A lot of people... Wait. I don't go to gyms, but a lot of people thought I go to the gym because of my build, especially when I lost weight. Well, that's good, to be fair. I mean, yeah, glory, glory, Man United. Let's hope I get a derby result the same way that Michael Carrick did. Although, who is the City manager now? Is it still Pep? Yes. Now, I mightn't be as lucky because they have Juma Ba, Akanji, Josko Vardiel, and Stones all there. So we'll see what ends up happening. Although they've a surprisingly weak bench. Josh Angel Camarora, really? Okay. Poor unfortunate souls, in pain, in need. I love that song with a passion, by the way. That might be my favorite Disney song, legitimately. Oh, game, do you have to be so sensitive? And let me just click all of them. Okay. Let's see how we do. So, we go into the Etihad now. Although this is how you know Football Manager 26 is unrealistic. The Etihad is full. Like, this is 100% unrealistic. The Etihad is never full. Even with United going there, the Etihad is never full. Now, can we stop them? Also, Matthias Nunez is playing in the midfield. Okay, they're getting a free kick. Be back in a bit. I'm going to take a quick nap, 5 a.m. here. No bother whatsoever, my friend. Enjoy your nap. And if it becomes a full sleep, please ensure that that's good. And why do you want me to change the graphic settings down, Duck? Of course it has to be Ryan Cherky, too, that scores it. Their first touch is a goal. Unbelievable. I think they have us. Ooh, yeah, how did he miss that? Then will be no one in... Oh, that's hilarious. I'd be half tempted to do that just for this game, to be honest. Ryan Cherky. Okay, so we're getting screwed up the wazoo here. So let's change how we play a bit. hope that this matters. Because we need to, like, the fact that we have nothing and they have a 1 XG already is annoying. After good performance there the last time. Oh, well, I'm not going less attacking, Duck. I'm just changing the way that we're approaching them. Chicken Little is a better movie than Chicken Run. Fight me. I love Chicken Little. I love Chicken Little as a movie. I love that movie with a passion. Like, it's not a good movie, but like, I still love it. Also, they are completely destroying us in this game. They are walloping us. Like, they should be 2-3-0 up at this point. Fuck off. I'll have you know. If anything, I look like Chicken Little's dad. I mean, I'm at least buff and built. If anyone that we know looks like Chicken Little, it's Benny. In Chicken Little, let me check. Oh, he's literally just called Master Runt of the Litter. He's literally just called Runt of the Litter. The fat chicken is called Runt of the Litter. That's unbelievable. I never knew that. Also, by the way. I don't care. I'm happy to be a jammy bastard. Is it? Let me check. Well, if it makes you feel any better, Senior Duck, technically speaking, I'm the pig too. 1999, Chinese Year of the Pig. What's 2026? Horse. So it isn't our year for celebration yet, Senior Duck. I think that's something I might do the next time the year of the pig comes around. I might attempt to organize a trip to China. In case you're wondering there, yes, I did have just a cognitive impairment in my brain there and just forgot what the fucking word China was. Really? Huh. Okay. Well, let's see how we do in the second half. 3 changes. Unfortunately, these could be problematic, but we'll see. Ooh, maybe not. Come on, guys. We can still get back into this. With a bit of fire and brimstone, we can still win this game. City top of the table too. Almost guaranteed. Well, almost guaranteed to be champions. Le Mans having a fantastic game today. It'll be a shame next season when we do actually have to purchase a good goalkeeper. Because unfortunately, Le Mans, as good as he's performing in this game, he isn't a good enough goalkeeper. Okay, we need to make some tactical changes. So Menu off for Decat. And Ahmad for Mbuemu. A draw is not a bad result from this game. Especially with the way that it started. I think that might help us a bit more. Let's see. Willie Kwambwala about to take the throw. Stellar. Bruno. Willie. Stellar. Stellar. Oh, no one there. No one there. Oh, that's so sad. We caught through them and there was no one there. Oh, we should have scored there. I mean, we deserve a draw, but we should have scored there. So winning a draw, not too bad. Considering that could have been a loss. A draw isn't the worst result in the world. So yeah, let's continue on now and see how things end up going. Menu and Angelo Stellar. Well, sadly, neither two of them are getting their fucking rest at the moment. When a record got stuck. What a name. I'll have a proper look at that later on, Senior Duck, but thanks. Anyway, yes. Yes. High portion of close range. Can you offer any insight on that? Is because it helps us score. We have the best attacking record. Yay. Although I will say it's kind of annoying having the best attacking record in the league and being fourth. It is a showcase of how bad we are defensively, I suppose. $61,000 people in the Etihad, so it wasn't sold out. Genuinely, even though there's not a chance in hell they sell him, I might try and get Ethan Ranieri in the summer. Making inroads into the attacking areas from central areas, with 8 of our 54 attempts in the final thirds coming from there. Okay, so going into the middle was the problem there, so we should have went more wide. Fair enough. Tillemans inspires Aston Villa. This late goal royally pisses me off. Check the stats. I mean, yeah, although, to be fair, the opposition defensive excellence of being 95 is kind of insane. Is that a showcase of them being good defensively, or what that? Because that stat always confuses the head out of me. The OPPDA always confuses me. That basically means that they've been unbelievably defensively. You know what's crazy? Greenwood will never come back to United in FM, no matter how far into the save you go. Well, yeah, but why would he? Why would he, Matty? Like, there isn't a buyback clause in the contract. And, like, if you... Like, I'll go to the player. Oh, he's up for 50. I do, like, at the end of the day, I'd be tempted to do it because he's actually a fairly good player. But here's the thing. Like, when you look at him and you go into his... Oh, okay, they changed it. Oh, they changed it because originally he had United down as a disliked club. So that's fascinating. Okay, originally they had him down as a disliked club. God, I know. Like, IRL, it's a really stupid thing to do, but I'm actually half tempted to bring him back. Probably has a career that was what lost me. Probably has a career goal of would prefer not to join United. Personal, which should say. Let me have a gawk. Maybe that has it. Personal. Where would that be? Personal information, winger, favorite clubs. Short term wants that. Would prefer not to play in the Premier League, which I think is horseshit, but still. So that's probably what it is. You think he will ever come back to the Premier League in real life? I wouldn't want him at United anyway. No. Honestly, no, I don't. I don't think he'll ever come back to the Premier League. But for two reasons. One, I don't think the English media would put up on him. Or the English fans. I think for himself, he'd be an idiot to come back. I think, especially with the way he's performing this year, because let me check him up this year. Because in the 2025-2026 season, he's had 17 games, 12 goals, 3 assists. He has one, so like, and he's doing well in the Champions League as well. 6 games, 3 goals, 1 assist. I could see him going to the likes of Barcelona or Real Madrid. Or Bayern Munich. I could see him doing that. Personally, I don't see him coming back to England because England won't hold him up. Now, the other thing is, I don't know how to feel about it because, like, he hasn't been proven. Nothing has been proven in a court of law. And at the end of the day, he's still with her. And they're making a life for each other. So, you know. Other than that, who knows? That, you know, funnily enough, that isn't enough for me. And the reason that isn't enough for me is, and this sounds awful, is... Initially, everyone has seen those pictures. Everyone has heard those voicemails, which is fine. But there wasn't enough to make a case, and That audio is very misleading, and those images are taking place after something, and she has turned around herself afterwards saying that he didn't end up doing those images. He didn't do the damage on that images. Does that mean that he didn't? No. Does that mean that he did? Who knows? My viewpoint is, until we know all of the information that happened there, you can't fucking know, so... I have the same viewpoint with the Conor McGregor situation. Conor McGregor's an absolute asshole. At the same point in time, she chose to go there and was complicit in most of what was said to be happening, so... But it's not my place to comment. It's not my place to comment. Is he? Well, he's a good Bruno Fernandes replacement. If someone comes in for Bruno. Bastiani. Wharton, 136 million. Kobel could be, well, he's 26. Tasafusa Kubo, I've always loved him. Kenan Yadvich. We'll keep an eye on him. At the moment, I would prefer Paz. I was looking to get Paz too in my United States. He's just asking for too much wage at such a young age. That doesn't bother me too much, as long as he ends up being worth it. I just can't remember how to spell the name of the kid, the midfielder that's busted beyond belief, or grows to be busted beyond belief. Adadu Biadu, or whatever the hell, however you pronounce it. I know an awful lot of people get sad at this book, but like 88 million is far too much for him. Anyway, I will search him up. Yep, second name on this thing. You. Because you're always hundreds of millions as well. Yeah, but look at that. Look at those stats. That's sickening. It's sickening how good those stats are at 19. It's just a shame you can never get him for a good price. I was also looking to get Asparel as well. He's around the same price but wants less age. Ooh. This book, I'm guessing, is it? He hasn't developed near as much. Just out of sheer curiosity, there's not a... By the way, I'm really annoyed I didn't get him. I really wanted Federico Trincao. Anyway, I have a special place in my heart for Federico Trincao. But we're going to do something that won't work, but we'll try it. Yeah, 300k in wages is cattywampus. There's not a chance in hell they take this, by the way. But just out of sheer curiosity. Okay, so Real Madrid's scouting list. We're 3-0 up, so we can go slightly lighter against them. Okay. Is complacency... No. Your team needs to take full advantage of a comfortable win to return to TIG. It's going to be a tough match, but the players will do their best. I love them. Brian and Buemu thriving these matches. He's been doing awesome. Can you write? Yes, of course we can. Of course he will. No. Why are you asking me about bloody Bournemouth when I'm in a Real Madrid Champions League? Like, this type of thing that it would annoy me, because it does happen IRL as well. Why are you talking about any Premier League team when you're in the Champions League? Ooh, okay. Vinny Jr. to PSG would be interesting. I will say too, IRL, I understand why Real Madrid are doing it, but Real Madrid's backing of Vinny Jr. is a mistake in my opinion. Obviously, you want him to play in the whole lot, but you just turn around and say, if he performs good, he'll perform good. Like, the answer to that is, so long as you're professional, we'll work with you. Otherwise, I don't know. Ooh, yeah, we had almost gotten Gavi for a nice price, and yeah, it's back up at bonkers. It's back up at bonkers money. Ooh, yeah, okay, you're not worth it. We're as well keep Lamens, and it's a shame that that Dennis hasn't bloody improved at all either. Scalvini, actually, I know there's rumours. I don't think we'll do it. There's rumours that United were thinking about looking into him. I will say it was quite funny. Goldbridge was on about the fact of Ben Jacobs' point that United are looking on the transfer market for a loan option in the midfield, and that it's a former Premier League player that isn't in Saudi and isn't Ruben Neves. And he thinks he's figured out who it was. I was thinking about it. I haven't a clue who it could be. So, like, I was thinking about it, I genuinely, considering they're over a particular age, it's hard to know who it could end up being. I haven't been able to think of anyone, to be honest. Like, one of the people that was recommended was Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but I don't think that's a good option. But we'll see. Benny, it's a pleasure to have you in. What's a crack-a-lackin', my friend? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? Oh, weird. Why didn't the announcement pop up for you? Oh, that's interesting. Why didn't the announcement pop up for you? Action first. That's meant to do a counter. That's weird. Huh. I mean, that'd be hilarious if it was Kevin De Bruyne, but there's not a chance of that. A pleasure to have you in, Senior Benny. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to work on that and figure out why that happened. Anyways. Senior Benny, nice to hear that you're enjoying it. Who are you doing the online save with? Like, now that the game is in a good condition, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a fine game. There's still a number of things that annoy me with it. You know, I did. Oh, offline. Sorry, I thought you said online. Like, the things that annoy me with it at the moment is the staff. I still think the staffing menu is absolutely abhorrent. I genuinely think because it doesn't give you any like the recommendations and the whole lot it gives you to replace is crap and the whole lot. And I used to like the staff where you could end up comparing it to the rest of the league and the whole lot. But you know, I hate how it's words and not 1 to 20 ratings. That's just horse grip. But the problem with it is they are still ratings. So like, elite is anyone between 17 and 20. You know, so it is like the stupid thing about it is back end wise, it is all still numbers. Yeah, I know. Coach attributes. Attacking. Edit again. At least elite. There's a difference between 17 and 20. Yeah, and what's even worse is there's a difference between them, and then when you're looking for someone that's elite in something like this, it doesn't work then. You know? So like that type of crap is annoying as well, you know? Anyway, I'll focus on doing staff later on. For now, it's fine. That might be one of the reasons why we're not performing too well. But yeah, there's little things in the game that annoy me. I still think 24 is a better game, but I don't have problems with this game. I'm still of the opinion that modded 24 is better than 26. But yeah. The reason why they did it is they wanted to make the staff feel different to the actual general players. But hey, I do think FMRTE will get around my number problem. I don't know what you real time. I'm guessing you mean the editor. Like I can just load them in them and see what they actually are. I mean, you could do. To be fair, if you just have the editor. Oh, okay. I mean that's an option, but like you can literally just use the editor either. See? It's annoying, mind you, and you need to know where they are. It's not exactly nicely done, but you can just see what they are in the editor. It's not like before where you can edit just down here and the numbers are fine. The save is one save, multiple idiots at the Sporting Covina in Portugal. Okay, not too bad. There's 6 of us. You spin a wheel in determined order. First person picks the club to start at no badges. You get 1 season to manage the club, and then you pass the next person. You're not allowed to change clubs until you go through the whole order or you get sacked. Fair enough. So I'm the last person in the 6-man order, so I get to pick the next club at the end of the season, and the bastards left me in SP Covina, now in the top flight, but with 5.3 million in debt and 17.5 million outstanding bank loan. The joys of that. I know there was one of the other problems with the game is that the AI is horrendously bad with finances. Horrendously bad with finances. There have been cases of people joining clubs and they have been completely wrecked. Like one person who was streaming ended up going to Bournemouth, and Bournemouth were 250 million sterling in debt, and were overpaying on their budget by 1 million quid a week. So there was literally nothing he could do but bankrupt them. I left Gimpo halfway through season 8 with 30 million in the bank. There's 6.5 million in the red in season 12. Yeah. And what's even worse than that is you had some of the best players in the fucking league too. So they sold a load of people as well out of the team. Oh, I don't think we can get away with that. That might be a bit much to say that you had the best players in the world, but hey, 3 of those moved on and made the goal 550. Happy out. Hey, then I stand corrected. I think, as good as Euro is, I think we have to do that. You need to be rested, so you can't play. One is a 3x consecutive Premier League Golden Boot winner now. Happy out! That's awesome when that ends up happening, when you end up getting a player like that. Okay, what other changes do we make? We've gone in Mbeumo on the left there. Cunha is not 100% fit, but we'll try him anyway. I'm not going to take the risk putting Dennis in. I think we go with this and we see how we do. And I think, in theory, we should be grand. The only other change I would make is I'd put Francisco Camrada up front, but I don't want to take that risk in case Real Madrid start popping goals. Fuck it. If they start popping goals, I'll take them off. Okay. Wish us some luck. We might need to end out. We might need it for this one. One is at PSG, valued at 275 to 335 million. So happy out. Yeah, we actually had a handful of players who were the best in the world at Gimpo. Like, was that because of the intake you were doing, or was that because they were former like created players for channel points, or like was it just chance happened and you managed to spawn some of the best players in the world? And would there have been a case if you stayed at Gimpo that they actually would have been that good? Or is it because they moved that they were that good? Yeah, I noted that's interesting. So Rodrigo had a horrible performance in the last game, so they're taking him out. And they actually have Enric up front this time after Vinicius Jr. had a bad performance. So we'll see what ends up happening here. 1 at Porto, 1 at Man City, 1 at Everton, 3 at PSG, 1 at SAK, and 1 at Bayern Munich. Not too bad. Mix of good youth intake, my adjustments over time, and creative players. I figured it was kind of like that, yeah. Must be a respect thing for Brighton to leave half their stadium empty. They playing today? Today is the 19th. Yes. I mean, there's trouble with Brighton in general, but it is surprising to see that. Bournemouth 1-0 up. Penalty. I have to say, Areola is doing a very good job with Bournemouth. I have said this before, though, and maybe I'll be proven wrong. I know he's very, very young, but I don't know. I don't have great time for Fabian Hausner. I don't actually think Fabian Hausner is that good of a manager. Maybe that'll be proven wrong on that one, but I genuinely don't think Fabian Hausner is that good of a manager. But yeah, weird that they'd have a half-empty stadium now, to be honest with you. Up. Ooh, Rashford. Patrick. Oh, and Mbeumo. Good defensive work there. But yeah. By the way, what does everyone think? Does Thomas Frank survive Borussia Dortmund? Goal. Fuck. That's not good. Well, that's what happened when you give Enric a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Wait, did I do that right? Maybe I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't. Let me look at their squad again. Okay, cancel that, and let me look at their. Yeah, so Vinny Jr. and Bellingham are who they need to dodge. So Vinny Jr. is Bellingham is on that side. So Vinny Jr. by Mazraoui. And Bellingham for Dogu. Bellingham for Dogu. And that should help us a bit. You think Frank is the next one to go? Where are Spurs in the league? I think Spurs are 15th. Is this something like that? Let me check. But yes, 15th at the moment with 27 points. Yes, it's almost guaranteed Frank is gone. Whether or not he'll be gone by the end of January or he lasts to the end of the season, who knows? But it's almost guaranteed he's gone. The players aren't behind him. Daniel Levy was the one to sign him, and Spurs are doing everything they can to sack or remove anyone or anything that had anything to do with Daniel Levy. So unfortunately, he's screwed that way as well. And now, and then the fan base isn't following him, and the players are obviously falling away from him as well. The fact that Romero and Stewart ended up mentioning this one on TalkSport today. Stewart, what the fuck is his name? Stuart Pearce mentioned it on TalkSport. Romero, at one particular point this season, went off injured. Yet Tottenham scored, and he ran up from off of the bench up to celebrate the goal. When your captain is coming off injured, you're fucked. Doesn't matter what manager you are. When your captain is coming off injured, and whether or not it's real or whether or not it's fake, make your own decisions on that one. But when your captain is coming off injured, you're fucked. Simple as. So yes, I think Thomas Frank is the next one to go. Now, whether or not it's Thomas Frank or Sean Dyche, we'll see. But I think it's Thomas Frank. 1-4-14. Started the Pentagon. First club ended up being in Guatemala. The fan base aren't backing France because their tickets crap. The fan base are turning on Slot, but Slot isn't doing bad enough for it to matter. Like, they're the champions, yes, and as the champions, they should be doing better than what they are, but they're fourth. And they're still in the Champions League. They're still in the FA Cup, I think. They didn't get kicked out, did they? I'm almost positive they didn't get kicked out. Let me see. League phases 4. Yeah, they're still in the FA Cup. Now we'll see if Brighton ends up taking them out. But like, they're not in as bad of a position as people have. The Liverpool supporters are being fickle. They're right. They are the champions. You deserve to be doing better. But they're being fickle bastards. Well, that was a mistake in of itself. And whether or not you want to blame that on Slot or you want to blame that on someone else, I don't know. Like, the fan base turning around stating that a draw against Burnley is the end of the fucking world is them overdoing things. In the same way as us losing to Everton isn't the end of the fucking world either. It happens, and in this league, it happens more often than not. All of the top teams are performing crap. So I think Slot won't get sacked, genuinely. I don't think he'll get sacked. But we'll see. I agree. Wanted to lose a game so your rival's title chances are lessened at the title is just dumb. Yeah, but that's Spurs. They didn't need Isak. It was a dumb buy. Well, here's the thing. It didn't have to be Isak. They did need two strikers because they sold Darwin Nunez. They did need two strikers. It just didn't have to be Isak. And especially, it didn't have to be Isak when Ekitike was fucking performing. So, like, you could have went and gotten a young-ish striker, brought them in, and that would do you for the time being, you know? Isak deserves, yeah, and that broken leg will take him out for at least a year or two, so, you know, joys of it. Like, factually, the Isak deal, based on how good of a striker he is, with the Premier League experience he has, and the fact that Ekitike technically isn't an experienced striker, it does make sense. It's just daft when Ekitike was performing grand, and it's a daft amount of money. Like spending 200 million on two strikers is interesting when you needed a defender. Now I know they bought a defender as well, and he ended up getting injured, but still. I mean, you can call Isak a greedy twat all you want to, but at the same point in time, isn't Mark Guehi a greedy twat? Because he's going to City specifically because of the money? He could have waited until the end of the fucking season and just walked out and tried to help save fucking Palace. But he just walked out because of the money. So, like, you know, you can't not accept going to the champions. Yeah, but I don't like when any player strikes. I'll admit that. God, we're shite. Vinny's having a really good performance on the left. Funny that. Vinny Jr. having a good performance as he's on the fucking left. Liverpool have only won once against all promoted teams this season, apart from the 95-minute abandoning his teammates. Agree with Up there. Isak handled in the worst way. I mean, he did, but to be fair to Isak, Newcastle handled it in the worst way possible because he had told them that he wanted to leave. You know? And Newcastle were stopping everywhere about it. And Newcastle turned around and said, if X price ends up coming in, we'll sell you. Then X price ended up coming in, and they turned around and said no. And then if it's true that Newcastle lied to him about their ambitions, which it seems like they did, then he's right as well. It's an unfortunate situation of player power. I don't agree with player power at all. But if you hand in a transfer request, which he did, and you don't honor the transfer request, then he has to do something. You've kind of put him into a corner where he's fucked if he doesn't, you know? And maybe that's the wrong way to look at it. I'll admit that, but that's just my opinion. I can't wait for him to go to St. James's Park next season. Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. It'll be an interesting time, all right. I'll tell you that. The real the Pan-Eka AFCON miss was funny AF, but the player would do that, of course. Look, I don't have a problem with him doing that particular type of penalty kick, but like penalties are all psychological. Penalties are all psychological, and at the end of the day, should he have went for Pan-Eka? No. But he was screwed off of his mindset. If 17 minutes had passed, in my opinion, I agree with Stuart Pearce. The minute Senegal went off that pitch, Senegal should have forfeited that game. I don't care why they went off that pitch, but the minute they went off that pitch, they should have forfeited that game. That's my opinion. And it is Senegal that won it, right? AFCON final. I'm not getting them mixed up. Yeah, Senegal. So the minute Senegal went off that pitch, Senegal should have forfeited that game. And furthermore, this might be me over egging the pudding. Furthermore, I'm of the opinion now Senegal should get a massive fine and be banned from the AFCON for a number of years for doing it. Personally, I think they should be banned from the AFCON. I don't think they should be allowed to go back into that tournament for a while after doing that. I think it's a disgrace that it wasn't thrown out. Now maybe that's me being too negative towards them, but it's just how I feel. Rashford, you useless prick. Yeah. I have to take Rashford off now because after that bloody atrocious miss. Look, at the end of the day, even if we lose this game, it doesn't matter. We're winning the tie, but still. Sends a bad message. 2 decisions in the final, and the referee ruined the game. Wouldn't surprise me if Burnham wasn't called up ever again. He will be. He's young enough that he will be. He's too good of a player not to be. And nothing's going to happen to Zagal. So we'll see what ends up happening. Hey, we're true. We're true. It's all that matters. We're true. A game's headline should never be on the referee. Let the players decide the outcome. Yeah, but the headline in that game, the headline in that game shouldn't even be that. It should be the walk-off. But yeah, I understand that. The more I play FM24, the more I like it, because cracks a bottle. Because cracks a bottle, let your beer belly wobble and just won the lotto. I don't know how to feel about the fact that that makes me think you're calling me fat, Senior Duck. So I'm half tempted to just, you know, I don't know how to feel because I'm currently, you know, kind of like this. Reading it over again, feeling like this. I'm really, really tempted just to say this.
Off is a direction you can fuck.
But I don't know how to feel about that. Game has no atmosphere.
Biased journalism and probably more corrupt referees. That voice, holy crap, man. It's the wonderful Android. The referees won't be corrupt in the World Cup. There's many things you can say about the World Cup, but corruption towards it isn't that bad. Oh shit.
I have to say, I'm a little confused by the way the finances end up working. Finance table always bothered me a bit, but like, I don't get why we're so negative this season. Like, I know we're going to get a big bump up at the end, but I don't get what's caused us to go so badly negative this year. It has to be player wages, I suppose, but like, I'm not going over the budget. Like, we're in like the range and the whole lot, but like, suppose I need to sell some people. Like, Casemiro's gone this season anyway, so that'll help us as well. Anyway, it's not something to worry about. I was talking South Korea 2002. Yeah, but like, that's the past, and like, FIFA has improved a lot since then. Like, I think the one in Qatar was fine. I'll look at that. You'll have to help me figure out how to look at that in a second. Okay, club finances overview, debt and expenditure overall. So how do I see that, Duck? Projections. Like, based on this, like, we're fucked. But like, I've brought the wages down quite a bit. Well, you can ask whatever you want to, Senior Benny. You can always ask a favor. I just don't know if I'll be able to do anything. Where do you see that? 15 million you're spending a month. Yeah, but where are you seeing that? Oh, no. I have a poll in my Discord. Just give it a vote whenever you get a chance. Okay. Debts and loans. Payable per month. Oh, okay, that. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why we're so bad off. I don't think, like, maybe I'm wrong. I don't actually think we're that bad off. But maybe I'm wrong. Like, after we get tournament rewards and the whole lot, but we'll see. I genuinely don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it with rose-tinted glasses. Do you have a lot of installments to pay for transfers? I don't think so, but how do we do that? How do I check that? Recruitment. Is it transfer history? Can that? We have none done there. Finance. It has to be in finances, right? Apparently not. Well, that's partially why, I suppose, but didn't think I spent that much. Do you know how to see it, Duck? Recruitment. Oh, clauses. Out. After another 10 goals, Adrian Onana, Benjamin Sesko, Bruno Fernandes, Mbeumo, 2.5, 1.5, 3. Okay, well, that's a whack, to be fair. Is Hannibal even worth it? No. There's a couple of them that have them, but nothing particularly big. Oh, there is a buyback on Mason. Oh, that's why he's 56, because there is a buyback on Mason Greenwood. Well, so we can buy Mason Greenwood back if we want. Anyway, screw it for now. For now, I'll worry about that later on. Screw it. I'll worry about that when we get to next season. If I have the club bankrupted, I have the club bankrupted. I'll deal with it when we come to it. I don't think I do, though. Surely I'd be getting more of a warning if I was. Ooh, I see how it is. Too good for us on FM now. No, I turned around and I said, Kurt, I'll join you again. Just when we were playing that league phase, and I turned around and says I was going to be gone for 5 days, Enter. So I didn't want to hold you up, so I left because of that, and I knew I'd feel guilty or feel wanting to do it if I stayed in the chat. So I left the chat because of the fact that I knew I didn't have the time for it. So if you're going back at it, lad, I'll always get angry. Have you met me? Like, have you met me? It's impossible for me not to get angry. But yeah, no, if you're going at it again, please let me know. It's just the thing with me at the moment is I've just gotten a lot busier, so my Tuesdays and Thursdays aren't really available. But I'm happy to even do it on a stream again if you're up for it every now and again. So do feel free to bloody add me back into it. But in the meantime, please, guys, if you haven't done so, give Senior Enter a follow there. An absolutely fantastic streamer out of himself. Is doing a load with EAFC.
Okay, might go down the middle.
Doing he's doing a Spain
Oh, fucking hell.
save at the moment as well, so I'll be able to see how that ends up going. I don't know. I've had enjoyment listening to you whenever you're on, so I turn around and say you're fantastic. But hey, to each their own. You're going to take that standing Enter? He called you Kurt. I should call him what he really is. More money than brains. Yeah, at one point in time, I called him a Spurs supporter. But how are things with you anyway, Enter? Did you enjoy Manchester United's victory over Craic? Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to the 300 at some point. I'm just enjoying it while I can. Like, screw it. I'm unfortunately down to 2, maybe 3 days a week now due to the time restraints. But hey, I'm just enjoying it whenever I do. Like, I need to finish at 11 today so that I can go and get my steps in. Friday, maybe. But I'm doing peak on Wednesday with Kickert. So that could be a long one as well. But yeah. I'll probably be doing Friday. Yeah. So Friday I'll probably be on till late. And it might be more of a variety stream, mixing between stuff, but we'll see. When you are next live late, I'll raid you and get you up to 300. Well, that'll be nice. Thanks anyway, big man. Are you streaming tonight yourself? Bournemouth or where? Oh, it is Kieran McKenna at Bournemouth. And they're 14th. Do we be chancy here? I think we try it. Might be the wrong move, but I think we try it. Just come off was playing crap. My eyes are tired. Need to do some more work on the clothing and probably chill. Happy out, my friend. Nice to hear that it's coming somewhat well for you anyway, the clothing. But yeah, no. When's the hopeful date for that release? Sure, what about it? Oh, good. We can put Euro on. Okay. Euro for Delict, and then do that. Next couple of weeks. Not too bad. Yeah, let's hope by then I'm down from an XXL to an XL, but I doubt it. Training's going as best I can, but food has been a fucking nightmare. As it is for everyone that attempts to end up doing anything to do with fitness. Okay. We'll see how this ends up going. I think we're strong enough that we don't particularly need to worry, so we should be grand versus Bournemouth. If we need to, we can change it. Seed feed diet I have, to be frank. Well, my big thing is I need to get 140 grams of protein in a day, and I'm just not able to do it. And maybe I'm overeating, but I don't think I am, because I'm trying to get my 10,000 steps in a day doing all the gym work. One of my major problems is I am atrocious with sleep, so it's one of the next ones. I got to do some stuff, but I'll have you tab. Well, thank you so much, my friend. Enjoy the evening, and have a fantastic time as well. I am playing average. Thankfully, she's been running fantastically well the last wee while. I haven't had many cases of unresponsiveness. The load times are still a bit crooked, but in general, I've been enjoying the game, and I play it every now and again. So we're still only in season 2 with the Manchester United save, which is bloody hilarious. But we're enjoying it and continuing on with it. We've finally gotten into a bit of a groove. We're doing really well in the Champions League, and we just ended up beating Real Madrid. We got lucky in the second leg, but we just managed to beat Real Madrid, and now we're continuing on now, and we're 4th in the Premier League. So we'll see how that ends up going. I did, Duck. I have it updated up to, I think, the latest version now anyways. And I'm out of the beta patch, which helps.
Very attacking.
Ben, thank you so much for the raid. You are a gent, and
gonna do very
a
attacking.
scholar.
I'm
How
gonna
did
take
the
points
stream
off because
end
it's
up
one of the
going, my
worst
friend?
games.
If you haven't,
Rashford
give Ben a
comes
follow. He's a
Rashford
United
comes
fan like
sixth
myself, so the poor bastard has to
No,
deal with
because
our
that's good,
levels
it's good.
of sadness. So he needs your support. But a genuinely sound individual, great to get on with, and a sound person in general. So please give him a follow if you can do. And what about you, Average? How has the Newcastle save been going? Have you managed to get your treble yet? I hope it's been going somewhat well. I've noticed you live a couple of times and just haven't had the chance in order to come in and properly say hello. So I hope to end up doing that a bit more in the future as well. Done an online save with viewers. Went from 12th last night to the 6th from September to November. Happy out! It's nice when you're able to get a bit of progression like that. As you see with me and know from my streams, mine are quite slow. Faster in this game, because this game in general, due to its menu management a whole lot, is a faster game. But I tend to be a lot slower when it comes down to my FM games, and that's a goal. What a horrible concession. What a horrible concession. God damn it, guys. We're playing around them, but we can't get into them. It was, but it also wasn't surprising. With high teams, even with Ameren, with high block teams, we were very, very good. I think even with Ameren, we were probably one of the most dangerous teams in Europe to play against when you're a high press team. We always had a bit of strength to us. Like you've seen it in the games versus Arsenal and Liverpool and the whole lot. We always looked like a threat with teams that don't let us in. It's the low blocks that are a problem. I predict we might end up getting a victory over Arsenal, and then Fulham it'll look like we're clogging through dirt. So it'll be interesting to see how that ends up going, Ben. What a goal for Sesko. Nice. Get him the ball on his head and he scores. So we'll see what ends up happening there. Correct me if you think I'm wrong, but that's my opinion anyways. In Season 6, not got the treble yet. We had a bad 5th season finishing 11th, but we won the Champions League, which only just saved our job. But we're flying in Season 6, so we think we'll do it. Well, that's good. And how has the finances been treating you? Because with United at the moment, I'm 180 million quid in debt technically, but that's obviously during the season. And like once we get rewards and the whole lot, maybe we'll do better. It just happened like that, where we just started losing money like nobody's business. So I'm just curious. I have no idea how it ended up happening. But hey, I'll keep going until I A, bankrupt the club, or B, I've sacked for it. Nice goal, by the way. What a beautiful goal for us here. And we are in a lot of debt, around 200 million in the season, but we are still going to make financial fair play with a million, so I think we're fine. Well, that's a good thing about it. I mean, winning the Champions League will help an incredible amount with that as well. Sponsorships and the whole lot with that ways. Well, like one of the things that always fascinates me is it says you're going to make a crap ton of money off of a player. Like it said I was going to make an insane amount of money with Evan Ferguson having the shirt. And maybe that'll come true in the end of the year, but I haven't really noticed it. By the way, thank God we're actually performing somewhat okay. It's a menu. Saxton is the worry here because he is a youth. We have 2 youths on the pitch here that we probably shouldn't. Another horrible concession. Let's hope we can end up getting another goal because we, as always...
Shut up.
Don't you forget, you ain't won yet.
Yeah, well, that was a bad half. Anyways, pal, I'm gonna head off to bed and get some sleep. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Well, thank you so much, my friend, for coming in. I didn't give you one, so let me do it now. For those of you that can, please give Average a follow if you can. A fantastic friend of the chat and a brilliant streamer. Whenever he's been on, he's good to listen to and a good bit of fun. Have a great night's sleep, and next time's fantastic streams as well yourself. And hopefully this is the season for you with your Newcastle save, my friend.
Come on.
Okay, so let's make some changes. Yoro and Kwambuala, Dagu there. We're going to take you off. And we're going to put Delict on. You've been grand, but Stellar hasn't. So we'll go with Menu there. And we'll see how that goes. Because I think we need to change the formation just to be careful. Just to be careful. I think it's too much of a chance that they'll come back into this. We seem to be a bit defensively neglectful. So be a bit more solid defensively. Okay. So we're not near as offensive now. We can't seem to break through them. So I think we have to go wide. We have to play for set pieces. Floated crosses with hitting them early, but missed that. But pass to the space. And I think this should work. I think this should work now. Because going out wide should help us get more position there for potentially a Sesko or Landon Ahmad's feet and let him go in. Beautiful. Either way, a goal is a goal is a goal. Gotta be lovely if Ahmad got a hat-trick. Genuinely would be. I don't foresee it, but it would be lovely if he did. Okay, 2 more subs. We'll take off the kid. Although he's one of the fittest players on the pitch, so maybe we won't. No, we will. We'll take off the kid and we'll put Cunha on. We'll take off Victor Rushk and put on Rashford. And then we have 1 sub in case an injury or something happens. We have him to take off Lamens considering he's having a 6.4. Even though we're going wide, we're doing quite bad getting the ball into the middle of the pitch. So going wide probably isn't the best move. Ooh.
If we can keep
Rowan,
them away from one, for a long
thank
time.
you so much for the raid. You are a gent and a scholar. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your stream. How did it end up going, my friend? I hope it was good. I hope it was grand. It's a pleasure to have you in. I suppose I'll give you a bit about myself. I'm CraicAttackCentral, aka Craic. It is a pleasure to have you here. To the community, I am known as Stupid Sexy Craic. I am doing a Manchester United save at the moment. I started it throughout the beta, and I've been enjoying it since. Kicker, thank you so much for continuing on, my friend. It is a pleasure. And what's the crack with yourself, my friend? Oh, well, you're more than welcome to join myself and Kicker when we're doing it. If it doesn't suit you, that's 100% sound. There's another time for us to end up doing it, but you're always more than welcome to end up coming in. So it's a pleasure to end up having you in it. By the way, thank you so much for the follow. You're a gent and a scholar. In my particular case, I am now third, but yes, Benny, do your laugh. I'm now third, and the chance of the title is probably out of my window, but we'll see. Hopefully I might be able to get it. But I'm enjoying the crack and enjoying the game. But what about yourself, my friend? How have you been finding FM or any other games that you've been playing in the last wee while, if you don't mind me asking? God, Elements, you're such a pain in the arse. It's not a 2, it's a fucking 7. I will at some point figure out how the coding of this goddamn thing works so that it actually ends up doing something. But hey, that's future Craic's problem. In the title race with Rowan here. Happy out to hear it. Well, I nearly only stream FM because I went to the FM World Cup in Liverpool in 2024. Happy out! FM is a fantastic game to end up doing. Back in the day, in FM 24, I done an FM save where I started unemployed, went to HS. In fact, for the most of it, it's here. Went to HSV, failed, went to Palace, got them relegated, came back up, left because Vincent Kompany screwed Liverpool, joined them, won the Premier League, won the World Cup of Portugal, had a legendary season, went to Real Madrid, and had a good old time with Real Madrid. So, you know. No, I haven't met one yet, Duck. I haven't met one yet. I need to make that next. To continue on the lore, I need to write that one next. Technically, I might still go back and finish that final season since I never did. But yeah. So, who do you support, Rowan? And who are you playing as at the moment? The 2E when you're trying to get your title. Ajax fan. Yeah, and you're just after losing Sir Kenneth Taylor as well. Your prime midfielder. I hate that you sold Kenneth Taylor because I was hoping United might go in for him. Well, Liverpool won the Carabao Cup. Okay. Also playing Ajax, and I'm first, so that's going a lot better. He's not United material. Do you think so? Because I think there's a player in him. I think he's just like, I know there's a lot to be said about his personality, and maybe his personality isn't good enough, but I think the actual material of the player is there. Now, personality issues have always been a problem at United, and considering how the goddamn press are with United players, if you crack under the pressure, then you know, run away with your tail between your legs. But I don't know. Yes, thanks so much for doing the shout out for me. If it was you, Senior Duck, or whoever ended up doing it, because the next one was going to be the kick. No, genuinely, talent-wise, he isn't easier. Lazio is probably a fine level for him. Well, not too bad. I'm an AZ Alkmaar. We're 1 point apart, though Rowan hasn't lost yet. Interesting. Again, thank you so much, Benny. You're a gent and a scholar. Well, that did come up. The highlight didn't come up though, did it? Oh no, because you didn't do SO. Okay, well you're going to get 2 kicker, because even though it's going to come up in Dutch, we'll give you the highlight. Yay! There we go. Or who knows, we might get lucky and have one of your English quotes. Frosty Tools. Like, Frosty Tools... That's weird. No, because it didn't actually do a shout-out. That's really interesting.
Don't be scared, guys. It's just throw on.
Oh, there we go. You might get 2 of them, but hey.
I know this motherfucker is out to jump scare me.
Oh, we got an English one.
Oh!
No bother, my friend. Enjoy the time with the dentist, and I'll see you on Wednesday anyway. That'll be a good bit of crack. Who knows? We might get a couple of clips of us playing Peak and me failing miserably the next day as well. So, you know, I'll help you get some more clips down there. And who knows, I might end up adding Dutch to my Duolingo so that I can end up adding a couple of those clips. It's a great clip. Yeah, we can end up giving you my old clip of why didn't you tell me it was E instead of left click in order to hold on to a fucking branch. There's in no way I'm spiteful at all. I'm in no way spiteful about that. I will definitely join Peak at some point. I've already bought the game. More than willing to do so, Rowan. If you want to join the Discord there as well, because I might end up putting in a some Friday evening or some other day that ends up suiting me, a random poll to let people know if they want to end up playing some games with me or stuff like that. So feel free to end up joining it if you want to, my friend. And join us whenever that ends up happening so that we can end up organizing some times and stuff like that. But genuinely, again, thank you so much for the raid. It was absolutely it put a charm in my cold dead heart. And for yourself, senior kicker, enjoy the dentist, but remember, don't become your namesake. Don't kick the dentist. You leave that simply for the baby. So, have a great out time. Shlong gefol, and as always, Pog me home, my friend. By the way, if any of you get that reference, kick the baby, you can have an internet cookie today. In fact, I'll end up giving you a surprise. I'll end up giving you the pyro. I'll give you the pyro if you figure out what the kick the baby is about. Dentists aren't that as bad as you think they are. Oh no, I've had plenty of work done by dentists. I know. Well, remember that one free internet coupon? Yeah. Is that a DBD reference? No, actually, Kick the Baby is not a... Well, it might be a D&D reference sense, because I know the D&D movie ended up making a reference to it. But the original Kick the Baby is a reference from a cartoon. And that's the only hint I'll give you. So I'll give you about 5 minutes, and then I'll tell you what Kick the Baby is. Happy out. Hey, at least you get free dentistry. You're like Bob Mortimer. You're able to get your dentistry done at home. For those of you that don't know, the comedian Bob Mortimer, the insane fucker, does his own dentistry. Except for when he needs to do replacements or anything like that, but he does his own dentistry. By the way, if we can afford him, which hopefully we can considering his price point, if we get money in the transfer market next season, I'm buying Nico Paz. Oh no, DBD, Dead by Daylight, because they brought out a killer that had a baby running around and got rid of their power by kicking it. That's what I know Kick the Baby from. Interesting. Oh, okay. No, maybe it's a reference. Oh God. Oh. I was hoping to be 5 stars. I mean, they're top talents, but I was hoping to be 5 stars. Oh, they're just top. They're not elite. Okay. What? Oh, I've already signed them. Well, that's good. I've already signed them. Happy out. So the game doesn't recognize that I've already signed them. That's weird. Huh. All right, I'm head to bed. Looking forward to some Peak and a Kick. Have a great stream. Yes, indeed, my face is giving out a little kissy. Oh, Rowan, before you go, so I'll let you know what Kick the Baby is from. Just hold on 1 second. Hold on one second. Because I was going to wait 5 minutes and then do it. I'll show you what Kick the Baby is from. Okay. It shouldn't take me too long to get it up. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay. Then we can go to this. We can go to that. And we can go... Here we go. Nope. You ready?
I thought it was a trash can or something. What's wrong with his head?
Kick the baby! Don't kick the goddamn baby. Kick the baby! Wah! Ah!
And a 1, and a 2, and a bris.
Ouch! Bah, 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 bah.
Ah, dude, sweet.
Yes, kick the baby. I think the best thing about Kick the Baby is that was actually Trey Parker's own daughter that was voicing Ike and has been voicing Ike for years. For years. But yes, Kick the Baby is in fact a South Park reference. Don't kick the goddamn baby! Anyway, my friend, I won't hold you up. So just remember, I have been Stupid Sexy Craic. Make sure your crack is 90. Schlongafol, and as always, poke my home, my friend. Have a fantastic night's sleep. Ooh, Martinelli's up for 41 million quid. I mean, he's not that good, but still. I've always liked Gruda. Always liked Gruda. Is he worth it, though? Probably not. God, I'd love Eduardo. God, I'd love Eduardo Camavinga. Ooh, actually. Oh, yeah, Arsenal got him. Oh, we have Arsenal next. Yeah, I think the Arsenal game will be my last game for this evening. Because then I'll finish up and I'll do my other stuff. And then I'll be on again on Wednesday with Kicker for Peak. But we'll get ourselves set up for this first. Butts fears Gyökeres. I mean, well, makes sense, doesn't it? He is their striker. Kind of funny when it says that type of crap. Oh, do you fear a striker that the other team ends up having? Of course you do it a bit. I have a terrible record, huh? I'm predicted 16th of 18. Interesting, Benny. Why? Is it just your team doesn't have that many in it, or what's the situation there? Why would they turn around and say they're boring? Then if I lose, I'm a tit. Let's say us, even though there's very little chance we'll do it. 5.4 million in debt, 17.5 outstanding bank loan. Lots, all the big players, because I've given a club that can't buy anymore. We're in a financial hole. Well, that's what that's where I don't get the finances. Like Duck was looking at them there. I don't know. Is United financially fucked? Like maybe you'll know by looking at the finances. I don't think we are, because we're in the financial fair play and the whole lot. But like we're almost 200 million in debt at the moment. I'm sixth in a line of 6 managers who have spent 1 season at the club. So because they started new stadium, fuck it, it's someone else's problem. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but that's the best reaction to have. And hey, this is your last season there anyway. But yes, the actual truth is they built a new stadium. Yeah, I wish that was my reason. Why are you whinging? You got your new fucking contract. It's wonderful when people end up whinging for nothing. We won the opener 3-0. Happy out. And what tactic are you using, Benny? Have you figured out the in and out of possession tactics yet? I still don't 100% understand them properly. But then again, I'm also being a stubborn tit in some of my tactics. And the board's asking for a sneaky chance to win, and the supporters are hoping we win. So, we'll see. In possession, my same 4-3-3. Out of possession, 2 wings drop back to make it a 4-1-4-1. Yeah, I figured it'd be something like that. Like, I was talking to an awful lot of people about it. On Football Arena, they turn around and state that the 5-back is the best that you can end up doing without any strikers. I think the Football Arena stuff hasn't been propped out properly because they're awfully bloody weird. But hey, to each their own, I suppose. Works brilliantly if you can get the striker really good at holding up the ball. 5-back's stupid in my opinion. Are you saying that just because I'm using a 5-back, you absolute prick? Well, I mean, mine is far more a 3-back than a 5-back. If we're 100% honest, but still. Like, I won't be playing the 5-back versus Arsenal. I'm going to start with the 4-back and potentially pivot to the 5-back if I need to. But I've been doing this for a while. Like, my stubborn ass in the original FM went with a 4-1-4-2. Very hard to do that with a 5 at the back. I'm with stupid who uses a 5-back. Like, you can see, this is my 5-back, which isn't really a 5-back. Like, what I should do is I should bring Dogu and Ahmad back, but it doesn't end up working up. No, I like to build up play with the ball that can rotate through triangles and build off midfielders and wingers who can drop into the pockets. Yeah, which is why this is probably the best formation I could end up having. Like, originally, the formation I did in FM24 that worked better than anything else was having 2 strikers up front, 1 there, 1 here. And it did leave a bit of a gap in the midfield, but they connected up so well that it didn't really matter. But yeah, I also tried this for a bit. The airplane, the dual airplanes, which didn't work, which actually worked fairly well, but hey. Okay, who do we need on the bench? Aiden Heaven anyway, because we need the option for the wing. Is Saba available? He is, and he's on the bench. He's on them already. Ugarte, I really dislike this because Ugarte has a potential to become phenomenal, but he just hasn't been for us. Ugarte is crap for us, so we're probably going to have to sell Ugarte. But his stats are too good, so I do want Ugarte on the bench. So Ugarte over... Cunha, unfortunately. We're going to go Gatti, Stellar, Bruno, and then instead of Mbeumo, we're going to go... Oh, Rashford's injured. Ooh, okay. I didn't even recognize that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I like the airplane tactic when you're holding a lead. That looks solid. Also for me, match speed during highlights 1.5. Match between 4, but I wish there was a 6. That's what I have. That's what I have. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, the airplane one is interesting. It's not as solid as you'd expect it to be. But we'll see. For now, I'm going to go with this formation for this game and see what ends up happening. Again, one of my big problems is Lamens just isn't a good enough goalkeeper. I think. I'll look at a second. Something I need to do is I need to buy more of these things. I love these. I've seen awesome black and white versions done with these, with Pocahontas and Cinderella, but I love these. A friend of mine ended up giving me this, and I love the little thing. I have it on every desk that I end up going to. Well, every personal desk. I don't have it on my work desk. Okay. So, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafieri, Zubamendi, they have no one new here. And they're playing Ethan Nwaneri. Oh, god damn it. Benny, my heart is broken. Benny, my heart is broken. Another player I'd love to buy. Look at his stats. He's been so good for them this season. But my heart is broken. Because MLS isn't on the pitch. MLS isn't on the pitch. How sad, Benny. I'd say your heart is broken as well. How do you feel that knowing that MLS isn't getting represented today? Okay. Okay, in we go. And for me, let's get through this. Let's get through this. And once this bit is done. Okay, pause. I have it set to... Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, mine is way faster. I have it at 30 times and 2x. So yeah, mine is way faster. Yeah, the in-between, now you want to get them over the way, because I don't want to spend too long playing the game. But yeah, that's me at the moment. Anyways, let's continue on and see how we do. So we're giving up all of the possession to them, which doesn't actually matter so long as we're defensively strong enough to hold them off. Yeah, it's 20. It's 30. Yeah. Like, how does it... Let me see. You have it at 4x and 1.5. So that's this. I want to see what this is like. I see, I'm able to pay attention to them. So that's the thing. I'm paying attention to everything that's happening there for the most part. Ranieri, goal. I can tell already this is going to be a goal. Before he does anything, I can tell this is going to be a goal. Ooh, okay. Yeah, very close to it, though. I mean, that's fair, but, like, streaming-wise, you'd be sat here at a game for at least a half an hour, in my opinion. Maybe it's better, but, you know, I'll keep it at what I had it. I'll keep it at that. Maybe that's better for everyone. It's still fast, but it's still good. Okay. Good. Ahmad to Mazraoui. Euro. Mazraoui. Ugarte. Ahmad. Bruno. Evan. Oh, Ferguson. Oh, come on, my man. Oh. The fact that we've had 7 shots but only 1 on target is atrocious. They're pressurizing us quite hard too. I think we need to change. Our wide play isn't working. Like, going through the middle of them won't be good either. See, we're controlling them well enough that it's fine, but we can't actually get through them right. Like, we're stopping them, but we're not getting our actual chances. Kicks out there. Up there, down there, in through the middle, up. Yeah, because it's not getting to anyone. Although I don't know why none of these shots are counting as shots, by the way. I know he's catching the ball, but still. I do think that's the other thing with the game. I do think this board is incredibly inaccurate, and that some of the shots aren't being registered on this board. Yeah, we're going to try something different now. I'll try going narrower, but still go through the flanks. Let's see how this works. Okay, Lamens out. I love how this ends up happening too. Sometimes I'll end up making a tactical change and we'll score just before the tactical change, which would be hilarious if that happened again. Ahmad almost did it. Okay, so let's see how this ends up doing. So we're going to try and go through. Okay. We're still trying the width, but pass the ball more towards their feet, with the crosses coming later. You're injured, so it is time to make this substitution. So the cat for Stellar. And Sesko for Ferguson. Let's see how this ends up going. Okay, start off immediately. Bruno to Ahmad. Ahmad. Bruno to Cat. Mbuemo. Bruno. Dogu. And then just out for a corner again. Ahmad. Can you bounce it onto the head of Sesko? Nope. Nope. Okay, Dogu now. Up he goes. What is Mbuemo standing dead for? Bruno. We deserve a goal. We really do. I don't think we're going to get it, but we deserve it. What's the move here? What is the move here? Yeah, going out on the wing isn't solving anything, so I might regret this. What are you at, Brian? I'm trying to play it through the middle. Is this working for us now? Like, we're smothering them. We're absolutely smothering them. What the f... Oh, did you just see what I just seen? Senny Lemons was up here. Okay, I'm all for a sweeper keeper, but a sweeper keeper that passes the halfway line is fucking insane. Okay, what do we do? We're just not able to break them down. David Raya is having the game of his life. But the fact that we're not getting any highlights doesn't help me either. Like, I don't have highlights off. Okay. I think we need to go hell to bet them. I probably will regret this. Shit. Yeah, combine everything. Decat for Ahmad. Ahmad for Mazraoui. And Buemu is there. Dogu's going to end up coming off, so do that and that. Shit. Victor Rushk for Dogu. Delict for Mazraoui. Let's go with this. Come on, please. Give me something by going ballsy. Or score beforehand. Nope. Okay. I could lose the game by doing what I did, by the way. You have 10 minutes and then we need to go wider. Give me a highlight. God damn it, game. Okay, highlight, but it's them. Sesko. Bruno. Got it? No! God damn it! Oh, we need something. Don't let this end as a draw. Okay, go much wider. Into the ball, do that, float it down, play for set pieces much, much higher, and change the directiveness to much directive. And this is it. We're screwed if we don't win from here, but let's watch the last 10 minutes of this. Luckman, Ahmad, Victor, Bruno, Ahmad, Bruno, Ugarte, Decat, Sesko. Oh, bad pass. That's the type of stuff that'll end up getting us to lose. They do not deserve this win if they get it. I hope we don't look like that this weekend. Hey, if we destroy them but just can't score, then that's a good result for us. But hey, we'll see. A draw is a good result for us against them, by the way. What the fuck, Sesko? I don't have anyone to replace Sesko with either. Sesko came on for feckin' Evan Ferguson. Might have to take him off. If on the 85th minute Sesko doesn't improve, I'm taking him off. Oh God, imagine if Raya just passed the ball to one of our strikers. Calafiori, Saliba. Oh, Mbuemu. No one there for him. Oh, Nugate. Oh, come on. Sesko. Oh, okay. You're coming on. Like, he improved a bit. I don't know. Do I have anyone I can replace him with? No, not really. Mbuemu. To Decat. Oh, you're useless. Oh, Sesko. God, Sesko, you're so useless. Ahmad, Victor. Oh, just taken by Calafieri. Oh, come on, guys. We've been by far the better team in this game. Come on. Oh, no. They're going to end up scoring, aren't they? This screams that they're scoring. Well, not if they do something daft like that. Ugarte to Ahmad. Ahmad to Victor. To Cat. Not able to keep it. Oh, come on. Can we get something? Mbuemu. Gate to Cat. Bruno. To Cat. Bruno. Yoro. Just. Just a bit too. Oh no! That's going to end as a draw. Victor? Nope. Corner again. 3 minutes. Can we get it? No, not with a corner like that. Bruno. Tioro. Delict. Ugarte. Ugarte. Decat. Come on, guys. Anyone shoot. I don't care who it is. Just score the fucking goal. Ahmad. Bruno. Ahmad. Bruno, no! It bounced off of Raya. No, come on. No one there. What a horrible goal, but fuck, we got the goal! What an atrocious goal! What a horrific goal, but bloody hell. Hey, if we get a goal like that, Matty, I'll be a happy, happy man on the weekend. What an atrocious, atrocious goal. Oh, do not concede in the final minute of this fucking game. Come on, ring the whistle, ring the whistle, ring the whistle, ring the whistle, ring the whistle. Come on, ring the whistle. Ref, ring the whistle. Ref! Ref! Oh. Oh, that's hilarious. David Raya with a 7.7, 30 shots, 10 on target, and that's the shot that goes in. Unbelievable. I mean, it's still alive, technically. God, is it unlikely. God, is it unlikely, but it's still alive, technically. Like, how many games do we have left in the Premier League? Oh, we have a game in hand. Well, not on Liverpool, but we're 64 points. If Liverpool lose 2 games and we have the goal difference, do we play Liverpool? Ooh, do we play Liverpool? We don't. We don't have the goal difference either. But do we play Liverpool? No. We should win all 4 of these games. We should win all 4 of these games. And Liverpool have... I mean, is it possible? Is it possible Liverpool drop? Is it possible Liverpool drop? Maybe. Maybe. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think it's too far of a gap, unfortunately. Our draws have killed us this season. But. The chance is still alive. So I suppose the only thing to recommend is to keep in touch, watch when the streams end up going live, and we'll see what ends up happening. But for tonight, my friends, that's where I'm going to end up leaving it. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll let you all have a good time. I'm going to send you over to someone that's playing Pal World at the moment. Fantastic streamer in themselves. I'm going to send you over to Terra Shark. Just turn around and say Craic Addicts Attack if you can. Make sure everything is fine with you, my friends. It was a pleasure having you in. I'll be on again on Wednesday with Kicker to play a bit of Peak. And who knows, maybe in the future, if time permits it, I might do short, like 1 hour, one and a half hour streams on Tuesdays if it fits. But it doesn't for the moment. But until then, just remember, I have been Stupid Sexy Craic. Make sure your crack is, as always, 90. Shlon, Gafol. And as always, Pogue Mahone, my friends. Adios, amigos.